Nice weather for ducks is what they say in England when it rains. Well, this is anything but. It's the driest summer for 50 years. Grass has shriveled to straw, the ground has cracked, reservoirs and rivers are low, and drought has officially been declared across large parts of England.
In some areas, there are water companies bringing in place, for instance, temporary use bans, so-called hosepipe bans. That's the right thing for those companies to do where they have particular concerns. And it's a small sacrifice for people to make in order to ensure that we've got adequate water resources next year.
From space, the parched conditions are just as obvious. The picture on the left is July last year, a normal enough summer. On the right, August 2022, from greens to browns and yellows. A couple of months ago, where I'm standing now would have been the waterline of Rushmere Pond on Wimbledon Common. But now look at it, you have to go a good 15 or so metres this way to get to the new waterline. This pond is now little more than a puddle, and this is happening across large parts of the country, with water systems like this becoming extremely stressed. Stressed enough here for the fish to barely have enough water to cover them. It's worrying stuff for anyone paying attention.
I find it very sad.
Why?
For the nature, the ground is so hard. The birds can't have the worms. There's nothing around.
When you see things like that pond, you realise how different it is in this greying of the grass, and yeah, quite serious.
Does it worry you?
It starts to hit home.
Last month, England experienced its hottest ever temperature, 40.3 degrees. The 10 hottest years since 1884 have all happened since 2002, and none of the coldest. This summer may turn out to be an anomaly, but the data suggests not. And that means more fires, more extreme temperatures, and more droughts to come. Rory Challens, Al Jazeera, London.
Well, hot and dry conditions are fanning the flames of wildfires in France, Spain and Portugal. Hundreds of crews are trying to control a huge blaze in southwestern France. The EU's Earth observation programme says large swathes of the continent and North Africa are at risk of catching fire. Well, let's now bring in our guests, all of them joining us from London today. We have Giulio Boccaletti, a visiting senior fellow at the Euro-Mediterranean Centre on Climate Change. Claire Farrell is the co-founder of Extinction Rebellion. That's a movement that advocates for action on climate change. And Ilan Kelman, a professor of disasters and health at University College London. A very warm welcome to all of you. Giulio, there have been warnings about climate change for decades, and yet would it be fair to say that somehow we've been caught off guard by this extreme weather in Europe?
Yes, well, great to be here with you. Yes, it's true. We've known that things like this would happen since probably the late 70s. That was the first time we had a report telling us that the climate system